Look around you. The modern world is a gallery of weakness. You see them everywhere, the men who apologize for existing, the men who seek permission to live, the men who have traded their fire for a flickering screen in the hollow praise of strangers. You may see yourself in them, a reflection you quickly look away from. Nietzsche did not write to comfort you, he wrote to shatter you, to expose the disease of modern masculinity, a slow, comfortable decay that masquerades as peace. He identified the archetypes of the weak man not as caricatures, but as warnings. These are not 5 different men, they are 5 different masks that the same weak man wears. They are the prisons you have built for yourself, one compromised principle at a time. To see them is the first step to freedom. To recognize yourself in them is the second. To destroy them within you is the only step that matters. You are not an individual. You are an echo. Your thoughts are not your own. They are hand-me-downs, worn smooth by 1,000 other minds before they reached you. Your opinions are a currency you did not mint. Your desires are a script you did not write. You are the herdsman, and your God is consensus. You move with the crowd. You think with the crowd. You feel with the crowd. Your highest virtue is fitting in. Your deepest terror is being cast out. Exile is your hell. Conformity is your heaven. You have never made a real decision. You have only ever chosen from a menu prepared by others. Your life is a performance for an audience you cannot see. You dress for them. You speak for them. You sacrifice your soul for their fleeting, invisible approval. You call this being a good citizen, a team player. Nietzsche called it the morality of the slave, the cowardice of the many. When a new idea appears, you do not judge it on its merit. You scan the faces around you. You wait for the collective nod. You check the temperature of the room before you dare to breathe a word. Your conscience is a social barometer. Your morality is a weather vane, spinning in the wind of popular sentiment. You are not evil. You are empty. You have outsourced your soul. You have traded the terrifying responsibility of judgment for the warm, swaddling blanket of collective agreement. To stand alone, to have a thought that is truly, defiantly yours, the very idea is a kind of madness to you, a social suicide. So you kneel. You kneel to trends. You kneel to traditions. You kneel to the hollow idols of your time. You repeat their slogans. You wear their masks. You perform their rituals. And you believe this is peace. This is not peace. This is a paralysis of the spirit. You have volunteered for a silent prison. The walls are made of the faces of your neighbors. The lock is your own fear. The herdsman does not know he is in a cage. He believes the entire world is the cage, and anyone outside of it is dangerous, is lost, is a fool. But deep inside, in the silent hours, you feel a tremor, a ghost of a thought that does not belong to the chorus, a desire that does not fit the narrative. This is not a mistake. It is the last ember of you, smothered under the weight of the world, but not yet extinguished. The herdsman is the first and most common weakness, the foundation upon which all other weaknesses are built. To remain in the herd is to choose a slow, comfortable death, a death that looks exactly like life. To leave it is to be born. The herdsman fears exile. You fear invisibility. You are the approval seeker. Your soul is not your own. It is a reflection in the eyes of others, a flickering image that changes with every glance. You are a beggar. Your hand is forever outstretched, not for coin, but for validation. Your currency is praise. Your hunger is for a smile, a nod, a word of confirmation. Well done. You are good. You are liked. These are the crumbs you live on, a diet of dust. You have built your identity on a foundation of applause. And when the applause stops, you crumble. When silence comes, you panic. You will do anything to fill it. You will twist yourself into a new shape. You will soften your edges. You will bite back your truth. You trade your power for popularity. You trade your integrity for inclusion. You say yes when your soul screams no. You laugh at the joke that offends you. You agree with the opinion you despise. Every time you do this, you sell a piece of your soul. You are a merchant in a market of one, selling off your self-respect at a discount. Your entire life is a performance, a desperate pantomime for an audience that is not watching. They are too busy performing their own. You are an actor in a play where everyone is pretending for everyone else, a hollow theater of masks. You believe that if you are kind enough, agreeable enough, helpful enough, you will be loved. This is your great miscalculation. You are not loved. You are used. You are convenient. The herd consumes your energy and discards your core. They love what you do for them. They do not know who you are, and neither do you. Your own voice has become a foreign language to you. You only hear the chorus. You edit your thoughts before they are fully formed, sculpting them into what is acceptable, what is pleasing, what is safe. This is a deeper slavery than the herdsman's. He loses his mind to the crowd. You are losing your soul. You are an emotional parasite, feeding on the approval of others because you cannot generate your own self-worth. The emptiness you feel is not a lack of love from the outside. It is the void where your self-respect should be. Stop begging. Close your outstretched hand. Let the crumbs fall. The silence will be terrifying. It will feel like death. It is the death of the phantom you have been feeding, the approval-seeking ghost. And in that silence, for the first time, you might hear a faint, forgotten sound, the sound of your own heartbeat, the first quiet note of your own worth. It does not ask for permission. It simply is. You have been wronged. Life has not given you what you deserve. Others have taken what was rightfully yours. You carry the proof, a ledger of slights, a catalog of injustices. It is your most precious possession. You are the resentful man. Your vengeance is not a fire. It is a poison, a slow internal acid you drink daily, hoping your enemies will die. You do not confront. You do not challenge. You seethe. You simmer. You curse the darkness. You are an archaeologist of your own wounds. You dig them up. You polish them. You display them. Look what they did to me. See how I have suffered. Your identity is now a museum of your grievances. This is the inversion of the will to power. The drive that should be turned outward to conquer your world is turned inward to cannibalize your soul. You would rather be right and miserable than wrong and free. You cling to your victimhood because it is the only power you have left, the power of blame. You are a prisoner, but you have named yourself the warden. You guard the door of your own cell, believing you are protecting yourself from the world outside. The world moved on long ago. You are the only one still fighting a battle that is over, the only one who remembers the terms of surrender. Your laughter is cynical. Your praise is laced with envy. You see the success of others not as inspiration, but as a personal insult, a reminder of what was stolen from you. You are the ghost at the feast, bitter that the living still dare to celebrate. Nietzsche called this resentment, the poisonous weed that grows in the soul of the powerless. It is the morality of the slave that begins by saying no to an outside world that is evil, so that one's own world can be good. You define your goodness by the badness of your enemy. But this poison does not harm your enemies. It only harms you. It corrodes your ambition. It paralyzes your will. It makes you small. Your revenge is your own decay. You must see the truth. Your resentment is not a shield. It is a cage, and you hold the key. Let the ledger burn. Forgive, not for their sakes, but for your own. Forgiveness is not absolution. It is the act of reclaiming your power. It is the decision that the past will no longer be your prison warden. Drop the poison. Let the past die. Stop drinking the acid and wondering why you are in pain. The world does not owe you justice. It owes you nothing. The only vengeance that matters is a life lived so powerfully, so joyfully, that the old wounds simply forget to ache. Reality is too heavy. Its weight is unbearable. The responsibility, the pain, the silence. So you flee. You are the escapist. Your world is a cathedral of distraction, a sanctuary of simulated life. You live in a digital dream, a curated fantasy, a chemical haze. You have traded the sharp, clarifying pain of existence for the warm, numbing embrace of oblivion. Your phone is your altar. Your screen is your stained glass. You scroll through the lives of others because you cannot bear to look at your own. You consume endless content to fill the void where your content should be. You are a ghost haunting other people's realities. You chase pleasure, not joy. Pleasure is a fleeting sensation, a spike of dopamine, a click, a like, a hit. Joy is a state of being that must be built, earned, and fought for. Joy requires pain. You have chosen the shortcut, the empty calorie for the soul. You are not living. You are anesthetizing. You are a patient on a permanent drip of numbness. You fear the silence because in the silence you might hear the whisper of your own potential, and that is the most terrifying sound of all. You have built a paradise of pixels, a gilded cage of comfort. You have everything you need to be happy, and you are miserable. You are drowning in a shallow sea of entertainment. This is not relaxation, this is surrender. This is the will to nothingness, the desire to be nothing, to feel nothing, to become nothing. It is a slow, comfortable suicide of the spirit. You medicate the symptom and ignore the disease. The disease is a life without meaning, a life without a goal worth suffering for. You have not found your mountain to climb, so you have chosen the couch. Put down the needle. Turn off the screen. Sit in the silence. Let the weight of reality crush you. Let the boredom consume you. Let the pain wash over you. Do not run. Do not flinch. It is in this crucible of unbearable presence that the real you is forged. The man who can look into the abyss of his own existence and not blink. The man who does not need to escape, because he is finally, truly here. The digital dream is a phantom. The chemical haze is a lie. Wake up. The pain you are running from is the only path to the power you seek. You are happy, or so you tell yourself. You have everything you need: comfort, security, a predictable tomorrow. You have tamed the chaos of existence into a manageable routine. You have domesticated your own soul. You are the last man, and you are the most dangerous of all. The resentful man is in pain. The escapist is in flight. You are in a state of contentment, a bland, bovine peace. You have achieved the goal of the herd, a life without risk, without struggle, without greatness. You blink. Your eyes are small. You cannot see the mountain peaks because you have chosen to live in the valley. You mistake the horizon for a boundary. You have invented happiness, and it is the happiness of a well-fed animal. What is love? What is creation? What is longing? What is a star? Thus asks the last man, and he blinks. You have extinguished your own fire, and now you mock the burning. You call passion drama. You call ambition arrogance. You call the struggle for greatness a folly. Your highest ideal is a painless life. Your greatest achievement is avoiding trouble. You are the end of history, the final, bleating note of mankind. Not a bang, but a whimper, a comfortable, air-conditioned whimper. You surround yourself with petty pleasures, the click of a button, the glow of a screen, the warmth of a thermostat. You have your little poison for the day and your little poison for the night. You are careful, cautious, and clean. And you are hollow. The last man does not hate the higher man. He pities him. He cannot comprehend why anyone would choose the storm when they could have the shelter, why anyone would seek the weight of a crown when they could enjoy the lightness of being nobody. This is the terminal state of weakness. It is weakness that has forgotten it is weak. It is decay that believes itself to be the peak of health. You have made peace with your own diminishment. You have signed a treaty with your own mediocrity. Beware the man who is content with nothing, for he will demand that you be content with nothing too. He will preach the gospel of smallness. He will defend his cage as if it were a castle. The last man is the warning, the ghost of Christmas future. This is where the path of comfort, safety, and consensus ultimately leads, not to hell, but to something worse, to nothingness, to a world without wonder, without danger, without meaning. You were meant for more than this. You were meant to hunger, to strive, to burn. Do not let the last man in you win. You have seen the 5 masks: the herdsman, the approval seeker, the resentful, the escapist, the last man. They seem different, separate weaknesses, separate failures. This is an illusion. They are all symptoms of the same disease, the single, corrupted root, the will to power. You have been taught that the will to power is a desire to dominate others. This is a lie told by the weak to discredit the strong. The will to power is the fundamental drive of all life. It is the instinct to grow, to expand, to overcome, to become more than you are. It is the fire in the seed that cracks the stone to reach the sun. But this fire can be corrupted. It can be blocked. It can be turned inward against itself. This is the sickness. The herdsman does not lack a will to power. He finds his power through the collective. His expansion is the expansion of the tribe. His strength is in his belonging. But it is a borrowed strength, a phantom power that vanishes the moment he is alone. The approval seeker's will is not absent. It is directed entirely toward the conquest of social favor. His power is measured in the currency of smiles and nods. He seeks to expand his influence in the minds of others, a hollow kingdom. The resentful man's will has turned venomous. Unable to act upon the world, he acts upon himself. His power becomes the power of self-inflicted wounds, the power of the martyr, the expansion of his own suffering. The escapist's will has chosen the path of least resistance. It seeks the expansion of pleasure, the domination of boredom, the overcoming of discomfort through numbness, not strength. It is a will to void, a will to nothingness. The last man has successfully amputated his own will. He has declared the game over and taken his small prize. His power is the power of the finished thing, the completed, static, and dying thing. Do you see it now? The weakness in these men is not a lack of drive. It is a drive that has been misdirected, poisoned, a river that has been blocked from its natural course and has turned into a stagnant, diseased swamp. You feel this drive in yourself, this restless energy, this desire for more. You have been taught to be ashamed of it, to call it greed or arrogance or sin. So you forced it underground. You twisted it into these sickly forms. You became a collector of approval, a curator of resentment, a connoisseur of numbness. The diagnosis is complete. The sickness is not that you are weak. The sickness is that your strength has been turned against you. You are a lion who has been convinced he is a sheep. And the effort of maintaining the lie is killing you. The cure is not to destroy the will. The cure is to redirect it, to let the river flow to the sea. The diagnosis is clear, the sickness named. Now the antidote. This is not a medicine, it is a forge. You will not drink this cure. You will be tempered in it. You will walk through its fire. The antidote is the active, externalized will to power, the conscious, deliberate act of self-creation, the forging of the higher man. First, you must embrace struggle, not avoid it. You have sought comfort as the highest good. This was your first error. Comfort is the tomb of the spirit. Struggle is its gymnasium. Seek out resistance, the heavy weight, the difficult problem, the uncomfortable conversation. This is not masochism. This is the recognition that pressure creates diamonds, that friction polishes the stone. Your goal is not a life without obstacles. Your goal is to become the man who overcomes them. Second, you must create your values. The herd's values are a cage. You have lived inside them. You know their shape, their limitations. You must now become a law unto yourself. What do you honor? What do you despise? Not because a book told you, not because a preacher commanded you, but because your own deepest experience, your own refined conscience has decreed it. This is the most terrifying responsibility. To look into the abyss and decide from your own soul what is good, what is evil, for you and you alone. Third, you must practice amor fati, the love of fate. Your past is not a chain. It is the raw material from which you were sculpted. Every wound, every failure, every humiliation, these are not stains on your record. They are the marks of the chisel. You must will it all. You must desire its eternal return. To look at the entirety of your life, the pain, the joy, the chaos, and say, I would have it no other way. This is the ultimate affirmation, the final yes that shatters the power of resentment. This is the forging. You are the blacksmith. You are the hammer. You are the hot metal. You will take the corrupted will to power, the need for approval, the poison of resentment, the hunger for numbness, and you will place it in the fire of your own awareness. You will hammer it on the anvil of your actions. You will quench it in the cold water of discipline. You are not finding yourself. You are making yourself. You are building a sovereign, a being who draws his strength from within, a man whose values are his own castle, a man who loves his fate because it is the only fate he has, and he has made it his weapon. The weak man is a reaction. The higher man is a cause. The transformation begins now, in the choice to lift the weight, in the decision to speak the unpopular truth, in the quiet moment when you choose to feel the pain instead of fleeing from it. Strike the first blow. The forge has cooled, the metal has set. You are no longer being made, you are complete. You open your eyes. The world is the same, but you are not. You see with a new vision. You hear with new ears. You are the sovereign. You stand on the other side of the herd. You have moved beyond their understanding, beyond their good and evil. Their noises are a distant murmur. Their dramas, a faint flicker on a wall you have left behind. Your strength is no longer an effort. It is a state of being, a quiet hum in your core. You do not need to prove it. You do not need to display it. It simply is, like gravity. You are indifferent to praise. It is a weather that passes. You are unmoved by scorn. It is a wind that blows against a mountain. The mountain does not care. The mountain is. Your relationships are no longer needs. They are choices. You engage from a surplus, not a deficit. You love not to complete yourself, but to express your abundance. Your connections are fierce, clear, free of the desperation that poisons the hearts of the herd. You walk through the world, but you are not of it. You wear your solitude not as a burden, but as a cloak of fine, invisible thread, a mantle of self-possession. The sovereign is not the tyrant. The tyrant needs subjects. The sovereign needs no one. The tyrant rules over others. The sovereign rules himself. His kingdom is the territory of his own soul. Its borders are his will. Its law is his character. You have overcome the 5 weaknesses because you have overcome the single sickness. Your will to power is no longer turned inward. It flows outward, a calm, relentless river. It builds, it creates, it affirms. You do not seek happiness, you seek meaning, and you find it in the act of overcoming, in the eternal becoming that is your nature. You are a bridge, not a destination. The herd will not understand you. They will call you arrogant, cold, dangerous. Let them. You have moved beyond the need for their translation. You speak a language they have forgotten, the language of the peak, the dialect of silence. You have become what you are. The journey is over. The seeking has ended. Now the living begins. Walk alone, rule in silence, love your fate. This is not a conclusion. It is a command.